Welcome. We'll start with the Psychology paper 3 January 2017 solutions for questions 1 to 25. Now the first question is the full form of ROC. The ROC is receiver operating characteristics and it talks about performance of a binary classifier as its discriminating variable is varied. So we have covered this in detail in the postal course, so you can refer that. Now next question, you have to match the list 1 and list 2. So you have the list 1 that is given here. What are engrams? So engrams are the physical traces of the memory that exist in the brain. Then you have the explicit memory that talks about engaging in the conscious recollection of the events. So explicit memory, you have 1 as the correct answer. Then you have long-term potentiation. Those are changes in the dendrites and the sensitivity of the synapse by repeated stimuli. And finally, implicit memory talks about recollecting something without being consciously involved into it. So that is what is the definition for the implicit memory. The next question here is, an infant often acts as if objects stop existing when they are moved out of the perceptual range, and the infant has yet not developed the concept of object. Develop the object permanence concept. So you have reason as the correct explanation for assertion, and both of these are correct, and that's how we explain the concept of object permanence. Now next is the mechanistic view of the motivation talks about. Now mechanistic view of motivation ignores or nullifies the impact of the role of the organism. So A is incorrect. However, it talks about the stimulus, response and the SR relationship. So you have behavior once elicited persists until the removal of the sustaining stimulus. This was explained under Hill's experiment, so that is correct. The probability of elicitation of various habits depends on the previous reinforced contingency. So how reinforced contingencies were, based on that you have the probability of the new behavior that could be explained, and the direction of the behavior is determined by the stimulus response bond. So all these three are correct. So B, C and D would be the correct answers here. Next question, in terms of SOI model, intelligence can be taken as a superset of creativity. That's correct, because you have divergent production is just one of the operations of intellect. That's again the reason for this assertion. So both of these are correct and reason explains the assertion correctly. Next question. Now there has been an ill-defined relationship above a specific level of intelligence between intelligence and creativity, because it says still a low IQ or a moderate IQ, which is considered up to 120, you have a good relationship that exists, and beyond that there is no relationship with high IQ and creativity that exists. However, there has been positive relationship between IQ and creative achievements that could be found at a higher level. So here 3 would be the correct answer. Next question. According to Rollo May, to grow psychologically, our values must be constantly challenged. Now he tried to give the existential concept, and he explained those who neglect or subdue to the existing pressure, they try to self-alienate themselves or alienate themselves, become insignificant in the society. However, those who are strong, they can challenge the society and they have the strength to challenge the values. So assertion is correct. However, to explain this, he gave two kinds of anxieties. One was normal and another was neurotic. So normal anxiety would be the correct explanation for this. Neurotic anxiety occurs when our values are challenged is incorrect. So it blocks, neurotic anxiety basically blocks the growth and development. So reason is incorrect and assertion is correct. So A would be true and R would be false for this question. Next is, monism is mind and body consist of a same substance. Dualism talks about body is material while mind is non-material. Then you have equipotential talks about the brain functions as an undifferentiated whole, and reductionism talks about understanding the behavioral phenomena in terms of the biological principles that are used. Now next, this is a kind of repeat question from 2014 examination. So the highest variance is seen in principal component, followed by the principal axis, followed by the maximum likelihood. Now these two are exploratory research mechanisms. Maximum likelihood works on the goodness of fit principle. However, under principal axis you have kind of factors that are explaining the variance, and they explain only after ignoring the error component. So A, C and B, A, C and B would be the correct order from the descending perspective. So 4 would be the correct answer here. Next question. Which of these are lesion techniques? So aspiration method, radioactive frequency lesions and bregma are all lesion techniques. However, cryogenic blockade is just pumping of the coolant through the implant, cycloblade that is implanted into the body. So that's only the odd one out. So you have A, B and D as the correct answer. So 1 would be the correct answer here. Next question. Now this question is kind of a question where you should get bonus, because you have no clear explanation as to what kind of stress has been asked. So if it is a kind of physical stress that you are talking about, a person working in a factory, then definitely physical comfort and psychological comfort would be the must. However, if this is a kind of emotional stress you are talking about, the correct answer would be psychological and ideological comfort, that would be must. So you have C and D, that should be the correct option if this is a question and we consider this to be a stress generated from an ideological or emotional perspective. Now next is, leadership is a process where people merely make an attribution about other individuals. That is true as per the attribution theory of leadership, and the another theory of leadership talks about leader as a change agent. So both of these are correct statements independently. So 2 would be the correct answer here. Next questions. Sociology, anthropology and political science, all these three, the A, B, C, are used under the ambit of organizational psychology to study the behavioral science. So that would be the correct answer. Now, which of the following is not a positive symptom for schizophrenia? So flat affect is not a positive symptom. Flat affect is considered as a negative symptom, which talks about reduced facial expressions via the expression of emotions. So flat affect, C only would be the incorrect answer. The next question is, people belonging to a particular group have some common perceptual patterns, and the personal experiences influence one's perception. So this clearly explains why people belonging to a particular group have a common perceptual pattern, because the personal experiences of an individual definitely influence their perception. So both are correct and reason explains this correctly. So 1 would be the correct answer. Next, this talks about the perceptual distortion hypothesis, where the people from poor families tend to see coin larger because for them that is a big thing. So you have larger circles that represent a coin from children as compared to children from a rich family, and that experiment was given by Brunner and Goodman. So that's the correct answer here, would be the perceptual distortion. Next question. You have to match the correct answers with the links. So as you can see directly in the diagram, so this is direct question on signal detection theory. So hit would be when response is yes and the stimulus is present. So when the signal is present and response is yes, it would be hit, and so on. So if the response is no and stimulus is present, it would be miss. If the response is if the response is present, if the response is there and stimulus is absent, it's false alarm. If there is no response and no stimulus, we call it correct rejection. So that would be the correct matches for this. So you have the correct matches as hit, you have signal is present and response is yes. Then you have miss, where you have stimulus is present but response is no. Then you have correct rejection, where signal is absent and response is no, and false alarm, where signal is absent and response is yes. Next, people often cannot remember where they heard what they heard. Sometimes people think they saw things that they don't see or heard because they have not heard about this. So this is a case of misattribution. So misattribution clearly tries to explain that people cannot remember what they heard and where they heard, and they sometimes think that what they saw is correct. So that is what is misattribution. The memory retrieval is common in case of symbolic memory and it is definitely unconscious. We cannot consciously recall memory or retrieve memory. It is some kind of unconscious event that goes on, and it is symbolic. Definitely you have some clues which are symbolic that help you retrieve the memory. So C and D would be the correct answers here. Next question. This question is talked about with the Zinchenko experiment, and Zinchenko experiment talks about the concept that words which are logically connected have more meaning as compared to concrete words. That means logically connected means, for example, you are connecting dog and animal, so that is a logical connection. However, if I say dog and legs, it would be a kind of concrete connection that really exists. So words that are logically connected are more recalled easier as compared to the concrete connected words, and that is because there is deeper level of processing at a higher level of recall which can be achieved. So you have reason which is correct explanation for this. So 1 would be the correct answer here. Next question. Under analogical reasoning, you first try to retrieve what you are trying to relate. For example, you are trying to relate birds' wings, again the same example, to fish's fins. So what you are trying to do is you are trying to retrieve what you try to relate. Then you map. Okay, the wings of the bird could be mapped with the fins. You evaluate whether this is correct or not. There is an element of abstraction, and finally you predict. Yes, if we can say this, we can definitely say this. So all of these 5 are the elements of analogical reasoning. So all of these 5 would be the correct answer. Next question. Patients with amygdala damage are unable to recognize fear in others' facial expression is correct, and looking at fearful faces activates amygdala is again correct, but both are not related, both are independent. That is the basic function of amygdala. It talks about fear responses. So both of these are correct, and this is when you have a kind of bilateral amygdala damage. You are unable to recognize the fear expressions in others. So you have both are correct, but both are independent. So 2 would be the correct answer here. However, if we try to understand it more deeply, there is a doubt because this expression, this sentence itself is not clear what it tries to explain. However, this is what actually amygdala does. So there is a kind of bit controversy in this question that can be popped up. The next question here is, the Sternberg's triarchic model explains the ability to think critically and analytically is a kind of analytical component, and we also call it the exponential component. So 1 would be the correct answer here. The next question is, who among the following has given regression argument to support the racial differences in intelligence? This was given under Jensen's experiment, where he tried to relate the racial differences with the IQ of the blacks and the whites. So Jensen would be the correct answer here. Next is, creative thinking is a combination of flexibility and thinking and reorganization to understand the produce, which is innovative ideas and solutions. So you have the final outcome of creative thinking, which is generation of innovative ideas and solutions. So 4 would be the correct answer here. So with this we cover the first 25 questions. We will be covering the next set of 25 questions in the further lectures. Have a good day ahead.